I have made my way into the server. I'm currently having a look at the teams. It seems that both teams are full. I think the Scrap.TF team is using a sub. Is that Valos there? Possibly Massey. I'm not exactly sure, but Gio did mention something like that. It seems that we've gone live, Admirable, with our 64 team knockout round in the Archimedes Cup. The first mid is underway.
Go ahead, take me there.
Well, it seems like what's the team in the blue called? I've forgotten their name for a moment. The blue team at the moment much quicker to mid than the Scrap Me Harder team. They've set up a lot of positioning before Scrap Me Harder has even got to the midpoint. But now that they're in, they're full buffs, and the healing on the blue team not quite as good. They've managed to take some of the position back, but now it seems that they've actually dropped a player. One of their scouts has disappeared for Scrap Me Harder there, and they have lost all their position on the mid. They've kept their med alive, so they will have an uber charge to be able to defend second or last with here. But at the moment, he's been chased out window. There's a scout on him. Snap action, incredibly determined to get that medic pick. Does manage to get him, as unfortunately the Scrap Me Harder combo is just not quick enough to fall out.
Yep, you're doing great, buddy. Keep going.
They're moving down the left hand side. They have used their Uber. It seems like Scrap Me Harder not quite able to put up the defense because they lost their medic so late, so the spawn was incredibly long. Unfortunately, DJ Wolfbot not getting the spawn in time to heal his team up and give them those vital buffs before the blue team pushed in there, and they just crumbled. Let's see if they can do better on this mid fight. I'm gonna watch the soldiers and the demos they roll out here. Their medic's actually going a slightly different way to mid. They seem to be going over grass instead. Oh no, DJ Wolfbot is going to make his way to mid. He was just taking the scenic route, and he's going to connect with his pocket Twinkle Spark right now, and they're going to be chased out of Sawmill with Twinkle Spark taking 2 direct pipes to the face. Cricket, the demo man, is on to DJ Wolfbot, trying to get this med pick. Does finish him off with the pain train. Only Backcountry left alive for the Scrap Me Harder team. It's his job now trying to get the medic. Goes in but just gets crushed, trying to take a 1v5 there and pick off Legacy.
The control point is being contested.
They are still... I was just waiting for another bit of pep talk there, Admirable, that's why I paused. But I don't need it, I'm my own man. Moving in on the left hand side, a big air shot coming out there onto Massey, but Massey's managed to retain control of the high ground actually, and Cricket, the demo man, has gone down, so a lot of damage missing here, but they have used their uber charge, so the counter damage not being able to be put out there by Scrap Me Harder. An uber saw kill from DJ Wolfbot, but it's just not enough to stem the tide of blue players onto that point, and they are currently 2-0 down. Taking it away a little bit just because of the momentum that they get from winning the mids so convincingly. They're really able to shut them out at the mid fight, kill a lot of their players off, and then they just roll that all the way to last. Snakewater does have a reputation of being a slightly slower map. Oh, Valos bombing in there and takes a sticky to the face. I like the aggression. I like the fact they're trying to mix it up and do something different. They're arriving to mid a little delayed, and they try to make up for it with some aggression there, but it didn't quite work out. Valos getting taken down pretty quickly, and now DJ Wolfbot all on his own surfs away to the health kit with 13 health. Manages to catch another rocket though, as Evolve is on him, and he does pick up that frag. Unfortunately, DJ Wolfbot not doing a great job of staying alive after these car crashes of a mid-fight. Admirable. Are you with us yet?
Yeah, I'm lurking around in the shadows here, Sideshow, but you know, you're just painting such a vivid picture there. I feel like I've been watching the whole thing, and I do see it going 3-0 here to the Sprinkler kids, and that's not good for Scrap Me Harder's chances of winning that prize. I believe if they don't win this game in the knockouts, they're out of the tournament, but maybe Jill can still fix it a little bit. Maybe they can not leave empty-handed, but right now, if they lose 2 more rounds without getting one themselves, the game will end against them. Valos is coming in now. That red demo man moving forward from the slope, trying to contest his opposite number Cricket there, but his team are a little bit slower than the opposition. Sprinkler kids too fast. They are just giving them a golden shower right now, and they're being slightly humiliated on this middle. It's going to be a complete wipe, in fact, as Sprinkler kids clean up. They're going to move forward here and take control of CP4 as well there, Sideshow.
They are at the moment. Scrap Me Harder not quite having the read on how to play middles against Sprinkler Kids. Sprinkler Kids getting there a lot quicker. They are throwing in both of their scouts there in an attempt to block the point, but they're not going to buy much time as they do get taken out. Massey doing a nice job of forcing the Uber off straight away, so they've got the advantage there in terms of the fact that the Uber has to go all the way across this huge last point. Oh, a big force of nature pick onto Massey there. And I can hear the shots raining out from not Snap Action, from Improve UR Grammar.
4-0 here, and this game that we waited for is looking to be incredibly one-sided. It could be a whitewash here as we go to the 5th middle. It's match point for Sprinkler Kids, and nothing to suggest that Scrap Me Harder can turn this around, but maybe they've had a team talk there from Jesse and Jill. This could be the moment of the change, but again, just the rollouts here, superior from Sprinkler Kids, and they are absolutely controlling that high ground as our plucky contenders from Scrap Me Harder try and come in from that lower side. They're just in that sort of funnel of death where all that splash damage is coming raining down on them. There's really not much they can do. Probably just best if they didn't go to middle and tried to pick a fight on second, but right now they've lost their medic again, so that means they're a huge uber disadvantage. But there's a scout coming in with a bat trying to get onto that medic, can't connect the hero shot, and now a big drop coming out. Legacy, the medic doesn't pop in time, not even sure if he had it, but Scrap Me Harder are going to continue to fight tooth and nail to stay in this game. It's all on their medic. DJ Wolfbot can't make it, gonna get meleeed there, a pain train to the temple, and that's gonna be a quick 5-0. Dear God, Sideshow, that was brutal.
That's democracy for you, Admirable. We should have put our foot down. But I think the other game that was going on as well, Commander X's game, did go to a default win, so just not much luck with that round, possibly.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking we could go and see that game, but I guess not. He did say he was going to play a scrim, but there's still another 20 minutes before the first round finishes, or before the second round begins, I should say. So perhaps we have enough time if we can find a game. Maybe Hildreth knows something, I heard he's somehow involved with this tournament.
I don't know what you're looking at me. It was my idea. I don't do anything else. I'm paid to come up with the ideas.
You're the think tank, the ETF2L think tank.
Exactly. I thought it was an interesting game. Okay.
We'll have the logs. We can take a look at the logs. You like logs? I like logs.
I think that game as well, though, that it really does highlight the importance of certain parts of the game. The mid-fight, incredibly important to get there quickly, to be able to set up a good position, and you can really get a lot of momentum just based off the fact of having a good middle. So it's one of the most important parts of the game for new players to get their heads around. And one of those key things that for every comp player just comes as second nature, but for new players, and I know when I was starting out, it kind of baffled me a little bit, was all of these strange routes that you take to mid and the rollouts, as they're called. So the idea basically is to get to mid as fast as possible without losing too much health. So these rollouts that the Prem players do, and basically everybody in the scene does, they have been tried and tested multiple times, and then everybody just copies the best one. And so you see teams get to mid at the same time, but only because they're going at the most efficient route and the most efficient speed to mid. So it really does make a huge difference just to know these little tips and tricks of how to play competitive. And there's a lot of great resources out there as well for people who are watching, who are trying to get into competitive or thinking of getting into competitive. It's not too steep a learning curve. TF2's not that bad in terms of getting into the game. If you played a lot of pubs, something like that, it really won't take you long to learn these little things that are just kind of required to be able to compete at any level. There's lots of great YouTube videos out there and guides written by people. You can check out a lot of them by searching the teamfortress.tv forums or the ETF2L forums, or just having a good old Google.
Well, it was a pretty one-sided game. We can take a look at the logs here as well, and heap praise upon the Sprinkler kids who had pretty devastating damage there. Look, there's 533 damage per minute. Their demo man's doing 412. Some incredibly high kill and assist to death ratios. Real lack of frags coming out there from Scrap Me Harder, or Scrap.TF. Associated team, they haven't made it through. Heartbreak. Jill, I need to hear a reaction. Where did it all go wrong? Oh, he's just stunned into silence right now. There seems to be mourning going on there, stateside.
A moment of silence for our fallen comrades has been the call over to Jill, so he's just he's having a respectful silence over there.
Could I ask, did they have a buddy Scrap Me Harder?
I don't think they did.
Don't think their buddy was present.
He's still struggling to get a breath there. Can't really hold back the tears.
Because you could see the difference because they didn't look like they had a buddy, and they didn't look like they knew the map very well. The players on that team. Whilst Legacy for Sprinkler Kids, he's got them well drilled. He's got them oiled. They've been training for this 12 hours a day for the last month.
He's been oiling kids for the last month.
I didn't quite mean it like that, but no, you've pretty much made it sound bad.
You're the PR man, put some spin on that. Quick. I'm looking at the bracket though, trying to see what other games have been completed, maybe potentially which ones are still going on right now, but the clock continues to tick towards 20 CET. That's when the second round will begin. I'm trying to even remember what the map is going to be. Gullywash, I think, in the next round. We're doing the mental maths here to figure out who went through in each round. Jai Chapman seemed to win their game. Aurora Esports, who we saw last week, didn't manage to beat the Smiley Face team. I heard someone complain. Oh, that's Joe NUFC's team. Some people were saying we're too good for this cup. But they seem to be going to be playing the winner of Comunidad Portuguese and New Wave Edition, Alright Gorgeous, in the next round. Kaldu's throwing an IP at me here as well. Maybe he's got a new game to go for. Would you like to see more? Or can you win
demand
yourself round
more,
two?
Admirable. We demand more. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some little delays before round two as teams get everything set up anyway, so we probably have time to cover some little snippet of action, Admirable, if you can throw us a bone. Our appetites were merely whetted by that game. It was too quick. We couldn't properly savour the action.
Okay, I have one here. I'm going to just see. I'm going to check out the status of the game. You guys, keep telling me why competitive TF2 is so great, and everyone should be even remotely interested in it.
Well, why don't you tell us, Hildreth, about how you got into competitive TF2, or why you got into competitive TF2, having played pubs before? Because I heard you were a big Lazy Town demo man. I've seen you in Lazy Town pub servers when I first started, so you're a known name, a big name in the pub community.
I wouldn't go that far, but yes, I remember playing hundreds of hours of Lazy Town. There's a lot of different communities. I don't know whether to call it wasted hours or good practice for the big leagues, because the map is literally just a choke point. But it was good fun, and that's how I really got started. I was playing lots and lots of pubs, and then just one day I just thought, this is kind of boring. I think I need more of a challenge. Maybe there's some competitive league, so I literally just googled competitive TF2, and then ETF2L came. And this might have been before your time, Sideshow, but back then they had multiplayer pickups run through IRC. We're talking ancient history, this is, because nowadays we've got all these integrated lobbies through web browsers, but back then you had to go onto an IRC channel to play some TF2. I just went from there really, and I just found a team and then just went forward. I think one of the first time I played TF2 with you, you murked from my first team, LTG.
Very possible, very possible.
It was like when you were for like a Div 4 nobody, and I was a Div 2 nobody. And I think that was the only time our team won anything, when you murked.
The magic factor, you know what it is.
Exactly.
Oh, was that the Croissant Cup?
That was it, yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I remember playing in that. Yeah, great. Great stuff. Good memories. So, yeah, mine was a little bit like that as well. Was playing some pub and joined a community. And we actually used to have a bit of a rivalry with a different community. So we were trying to figure out kind of a way of settling this rivalry. And we were searching different formats that are slightly more competitive than just kind of joining a pub server or trying to stomp the other community's pub server. So we decided to have a little match of our own. It was completely disorganized, absolutely terrible. I think it was played on PL Gold Rush and CP Dustball, but it was 6v6 with the proper league configs, and it was horrendous. But that was how we got into competitive, just by natural rivalry. So there's the two different methods. Either one, you can be good at the game and really be seeking another challenge, or two, you can just be a competitive, a really competitive person who wants to win and beat everybody. And this is for you. Although actually the scene is absolutely lovely compared to some of the competitive games. It's very friendly and everybody helps everybody out.